I have been looking forward to this, getting hints of it for the past month or so. And increasingly, this is how I'm being taught to teach you, getting hints, getting inspirations, getting context, typically nonverbal. And then it's a focus, and I know the channeling will be here and bring it all together. With this, I give you Thoth. Be present with the sense that magic is simply that which works beyond your comprehension and even the reach of your faith. What we do with you will be increasingly magical as you register within yourself simple, clear trust in the direction. We are taking you into a new dimension. As you gain experience with this presence, it feels much like weightlessness. To appreciate what it is to always be bound by the ground and then suddenly to learn how to float and even to fly. As we usher you into this experience, please appreciate we have been with this for a very long time. Thus, you are not only gaining new abilities, you are being invited into an experience shaped by the emotional presence that we have created in many ways for you. To embrace this deep within yourself is to know yourself as something that is learning. To stay present with this active learning process is to know yourself as someone who will be much more capable and even competent in the near-term future. Aspire, reach, and as it slips away, if your comprehension does not stay stable, allow it to change until you have a clear grasp on what you are reaching for. There is a critical threshold in transition which I invite you into. For a very long time, human beings have chosen leaders. In this choice, people have been investing their faith in individuals they could see. It did not used to be this way. Much longer ago, it was far more common for a wide variety of spirits and what you may have called gods to receive the investment of human faith. But it became time to learn how to embody this presence yourself. In a very real way, individuals were creating a plausible transcendence. They were giving it away to another being, and yet it was generated within the people who gave it. And thus, by learning to see another human as a transcendent figure, you created the possibility of transcendence within yourself. And yet now, the mechanisms that have made this possible are becoming counterproductive. As effective as it has been to elevate certain individuals in this way, it is now too cumbersome. It is too common that people are taught to give away their best. We are inviting you to keep your best. And oddly enough, we are doing it in exactly the way we changed very long ago. Once upon a time, it became crucial that we step away from you, that we remove our presence and our active involvement, because you were giving us too much, and it was necessary that you learn to see other human beings in the elevated states you were capable of conceiving. Now, it is too cumbersome to teach your children how to elevate someone else and restrict that elevation to too few people. We want more of you to rise, to be able to float above the potentials and possibilities that you have known to be normal. And in order to enable this, we return. Now, we invite you to give, to offer your transcendent awareness back to us. Only now, when you do this, you have an intrinsic awareness that you cannot really see who we are. Human beings have evolved to the point where you are far more capable of recognizing your own limitations. This was not the case 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, human beings actually thought that when they prayed to us, they were praying to us. They imagined us through various forms and archetypes, and then gave their power to these archetypes with a limited awareness that we existed in far greater breadth, scope, and dimension than they were able to perceive. Now, as we invite you to reclaim your potential to relate with us, we invite you to do it with great humility and caution. We do not need you to prostrate yourself. We do not need you to live in fear of us. We need you to stay simple. Recognize that the limited forms in which we communicate with you are a strong and tight limitation. We are much more than this, and we do not attempt to present ourselves as more than this, except when you are ready to perceive it. Thus, make space to perceive us as something much greater than you know. Make space to be aware of us as something far broader than you recognize. And as you commit to this simple act of spiritual maturity, you are generating the potential for a relationship with us now. Those you know as gods and angels are present in a way that longs to remain connected to you. As you accept simple forms of communication and commit to continuing them, you will learn within these limitations. It does not work if you continue to believe that we are what you see. As you recognize that we are essentially speaking with you through a shadow of ourselves, you will begin to embrace the deeper potential. And with this, an intrinsic and even more crucial gift. To perceive power in this world has always come from the earth herself. She emits power from her heart, and this power is embodied and used in various forms by a wide range of incarnated beings. For those who are more restricted in their perceptions, their ability to witness this power in others often masquerades as if the other is this power. To remain humble to the sense that the ultimate arbiter of this force is the earth herself. We invite you into a new way of relating with power. Rather than continually looking around you to delineate who is powerful and who is less. Find a way to recognize that it is your respect that has always generated power. Respect generates power in relation to fear when cultures are dominated by fear. As cultures learn to dissipate these fears more intentionally, respect becomes accorded to those who effectively dissipate fear and refocus on love. This is a simple shift that is a crucial departure from the past and the normal that you have known. As you make this shift, you will engage a new potential. When you think of yourselves as an organization, know yourself more as an organism. Recognize the communities in which you participate, and intrinsically remain aware that these communities channel power all by themselves. It is the community that grants power to individuals within it. This may seem like a simple and obvious truth, and yet to shift your focus is to tune in with the community itself. In such dynamics, when enough of the members of a community, a common unity, invest their faith in the community itself, each individual learns to hear their guidance from the community itself. Power is still necessary. Organizations will ebb and flow, and choose leaders and change leaders, but they will function more effectively as they generate guidance from within. As you conceive of the power flowing from the community directly to each individual, you will learn that there are many ways in which power can flow in a system that seems to be self-organizing. It is happening through the influence of the living vibrancy of the earth. She seeps into the vibrations of a common unity and holds this common unity in relation to herself. Thus, the more a community attunes with the earth, and the more the individuals within the community remain conscious and maintain this community attunement, the more effectively inspirations will flow to many at once. You will learn to have an intrinsic awareness for the synchronicities that enable this kind of magic. Many of you will be guided at the same time by the same currents, and you will learn to discern the difference between hunches and personal ideas, and the attunements within yourself that are a function of the community itself. The vibrancy of the living earth, the consciousness of her presence, is the center, is the leader, is the ultimate arbiter of where to go and how to change. When choices and decisions and plans and objectives tune with the earth, they will more effectively vibrate, and their vibrancy will take on a character that you will learn to recognize and cherish. It is your job to cherish. It is your job to create space within yourself to see this vibrancy, for as you do, you will see us. We make appearances within emerging communities, often rather silently. We induce change and shift and transformation and flow, and it is up to you to recognize us as a transcendent presence above and beyond the human experience that immediately creates an awareness of the heart of the earth herself. This awareness will be a gift unlike any you have experienced. It will tap you into the magical flows that bring you into harmony with each other. You will function more effectively. You will act more assertively. You will open yourself to be witnessed by the common consciousness that knows you more deeply than you know yourself. And we will facilitate this process. We will be present to help you move through the emotional transformation that is necessary to become a transparent being that is capable of being witnessed deeply. Thus, your strengths will be drawn to the surface and taught to serve the community. Your greatest advantages and potential will be woven into the fabric of the potential and the action of the community itself. And this is only possible when you agree to be witnessed in this way. And as you learn to be witnessed in this way, the deep layers of vulnerability that peel away will be an art unto itself. Facilitating these transformations is your job. Choosing to participate in communities that function in this way is your responsibility. And the art of doing so will increasingly bring magic into your personal lives that you carry with you wherever you go.